Welcome back to the show. I just realized that I think I might have been like behind the...
You think?
Can you see me now? No.
You're hidden.
Yes. It's been a while.
A little
I
bit.
think.
We had.
You still don't have a haircut.
I still don't have a haircut. Now, you know what? It's still cold outside.
Yeah,
so I'm thankful.
it's supposed to be. Well, it was pretty nice today.
It was.
I got out and about several times, and we're supposed to get like some major, some crazy storm system or something that's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, when I have to work.
Wow.
It's supposed to. The worst part of it is supposed to happen the entirety of my shift.
You need like a military grade tank thing that can also float on water and crush cars that are in your way, just so you can make the delivery on time.
An amphibious tank.
Helicopter. An attack helicopter.
Well, I don't know how well an attack helicopter is going to work in a storm.
I feel like an attack helicopter would be awesome because not only can you deliver the pizza, but you just cleared their driveway.
Well, and I could probably figure out a way to mount a thing on the attack helicopter that would just shoot the pizza so I don't have to get out of it. The new Domino's delivery vehicle shoots the pizza.
Well, I saw their ads for the electric cars.
So we're supposed to be getting one.
And who does that go to?
It's owned by, it's leased from corporate to the franchise owner, who then just sends it to his different stores.
Uh-huh.
And we're supposed to be getting a charging port installed in the back corner of the parking lot as well. What we're wondering is, will it have like a lock type of thing on it, so only the Domino's vehicle can use it?
I think that like it would be awesome for you for two reasons. One, you're not putting wear and tear on your car.
Exactly.
Two, free gas. Like, how much of your money do you put in the gas tank? I mean, don't say it, we're on the air, but like, if you think about it, if you don't have to pay that, that's like a significant bump in pay.
Also, here's the downside to that. So while we drive our car, we get mileage reimbursement. Every 1 mile, we get 40 cents in reimbursement. That's supposed to be our thing for gas.
Okay.
When you drive the electric car, we don't get that. And the rule is, we got a thing from corporate, and corporate says that if there is, for example, if I'm closing, so there'd be no driver after 8 o'clock besides me, so I'd be by myself, which means from 8 o'clock to close, I have to drive the car or they can fire me.
Well, okay, let's see here.
Which I think is a bit ridiculous.
Okay, I just want to calculate this out. Your car probably gets like, what, 25 miles to a gallon?
I think it's 22.
So a gallon of gas is what, like $3.70 right now?
Yeah, about that.
$3.70 divided by 22, you're paying like 16 cents a mile.
Yep, and I get reimbursed 40 cents a mile.
But it's wear and tear, so you have to do maintenance and stuff like that.
I have to do maintenance but then when I'm in the thing, I lose the reimbursement, which we did math on this earlier, and it's about per week. If we're driving the car for 4 hours of our shift per week, and I have 5 shifts, the loss is about $50 to $75 a week, which is unfortunate.
But then, like, you got to figure in like how much your oil changes cost. Exactly. New tire.
Speaking of oil change, my oil was supposed to be changed about 7,000 miles ago, so I need to go change my oil.
I should probably do that.
I need to get that done.
Well, welcome to the show. We got Alicidra, Drapsnat, Lisa Bai, Kata. I'm going to call this one Rogue Girl, maybe, with a 1.
Sounds about right.
Rogue Girl. Welcome back to the show, Sarah. And a couple people that I can't identify because they're not logged on. But thank you for watching. Today is National Virtual Vacation Day.
Virtual Vacation.
Which I'm going to be doing tomorrow if it's bad, because I'm hoping I don't go out. That's the plan. National Virtual Vacation Day is it's March 30th.
Okay.
It reminds us all to relax, recharge, and rejuvenate.
We're going to
no matter where you are. So, studies show that taking a vacation lowers risk of heart disease. They also help hone our problem-solving skills and promote overall brain health. Furthermore, we are more satisfied with the money spent on vacations and material goods. But if you're poor, virtual vacations do not require money. Packing or transcontinental flights, all you need to achieve a virtual vacation is your imagination and free VR apps or a VR headset.
Yeah, like what we do is right now we have a our regular Minecraft server which we all play on.
Right.
And then I have set up a second Minecraft server that is VR.
Yeah.
So we're playing VR Minecraft, and that's our vacation.
Well, if you go to YouTube, you can check out some stuff like you can follow like a weather balloon on the edge of space. You can do like a gondola ride in Venice, Italy. You can visit London, experience the Louvre in Paris, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So
yeah, no, they've got so many different 360-degree things that you can do that I think are awesome.
yeah. Oh, I just saw that you typed out. Sorry. So it's National Take a Walk in the Park Day. If you want to, don't do it virtually. If you want to, don't do it virtually. Also, you can take a walk in the park. Unless you're really lazy, then you can take a walk in the park virtually without actually getting off the couch, and you can nail them both at the same time.
Minecraft, that's what it's for.
This one's my favorite, and I definitely didn't feel this one today, but it is also National I Am in Control Day.
Yeah?
National I Am in Control Day reminds us of a day when things were quite out of control. So, apparently, and this, I don't know if this is really considered good news or not.
Yeah, wait.
It says, with the president being rushed to surgery on a rainy afternoon, a bullet lodged in his lung, a statement was made, as of now, I am in control here in the White House. Those are the words of Secretary of State Alexander Haig on March 30th, 1981, after the assassination attempt on President Ronald Reagan.
So, So when it says it's to remind us of the day when things were quite out of control, does it mean that this is a day to remember when Reagan got shot?
Yeah. So, so sources believe that the beginning of the National I Am in Control Day has evolved and taken a different context. It's a day to get things under control in your life on a day-to-day basis. So, like, start using a daily planner, declutter, make lists, tackle one project at a time, learn organizational skills, ask for help, talk with someone, feel confident with your decisions, take charge of the things you can control one by one, and of course you can use the hashtag I'm in Control Day to post everything on social media because you gotta hashtag everything.
Yeah, right.
So let me go through
Twitter
this.
lifestyle.
Let me go through this list. Start using a daily planner. Nope. Declutter. I should. Especially
Probably.
My truck is starting to get cluttered a little bit.
I've got that one corner of my recording room.
Make lists. Oh, I make lists all the time.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm in an argument.
Yep.
A, shut your mouth. B, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. No, we get
Tackle
it.
one project at a time. What kind of person are you if you can only do one thing at a time?
You don't know how to multitask?
I mean, come on. That's just not the man way.
That's not it.
Learn organizational skills. I like how they just say learn it.
Learn it. Like,
Yeah. I don't have time to hashtag, let alone learn anything. Ask for help.
ask for help. That's not how it
It's
works.
like asking for directions.
Exactly.
We
We're
don't do that
not
either.
doing it. It's not happening.
Talk with someone? That I'll do. Okay, I actually do that a
As
lot.
long as we're not asking for help.
Yeah.
I can talk.
It's like, don't talk. I'd have a problem. Feel confident with your decisions? Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Like, I'll do it wrong and then be really confident about it, and people are like, whoa, I didn't know that was the way to do it. I didn't
You'll
either.
all do something. It'll be wrong. And be like, well, you know what? That right there is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you how to not do it.
So, running through this, it's National Pencil Day, National Doctor's Day, which I feel like we already had a national...
We had a nurse's one.
Yeah,
For
but I think
nurses,
the
assistant, whatever it
doctors
is.
were like included in that. It was
They pretty
basically
much
anybody in the medical field.
Yeah.
So now doctors get two. It's kind of like, Father's Day and Grandparents' Day getting double dipping there.
I think the reason they do this is because they're so in debt that they just need that little extra push.
This is why you should be a doctor, because you get 2 days that people appreciate.
Yeah, you get 2 days and $2 million in debt.
Well, it's also National Turkey Neck Soup Day, which I've never had,
Turkey neck
nor
soup.
do I plan to. That just doesn't sound right.
You know what I learned today? Do you know what a Juicy Lucy is?
A Juicy Lucy.
A Juicy Lucy. I learned about these today.
I'm not sure what a Juicy Lucy
A Juicy Lucy is a burger with cheese at its core.
Okay.
That is a Juicy Lucy.
I've seen like the stuffed burgers.
Yeah, it's a burger with cheese stuffed in the middle of it.
I feel like when you're hand packing them, you can like cube up like small pieces of cheddar or onion or whatever and kind of put it in
that's what you do.
That's crazy. No, I'm not doing that.
I'm not today, at least.
Not today.
Not today. Maybe on a better day.
I guess we can. You have anything to add?
No, just Juicy
I have a bunch
Lucy.
of stuff like to get through.
Yeah.
I feel like I have people like send in stuff. So we had a show at the local place. There's a local. I guess it's hard to like not say names when you're trying to be anonymous, but there's a local theater in town here. We did a show there. We were skipped the show because of that. Then we skipped the show because of illness. Somebody came in from town. I feel like it's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks.
I had a good friend of mine come in from college. He was on a spring break, and I wanted to spend time with him.
Yeah. Well, and that makes sense. So I have some stuff that people sent in, and then I tried to, I had stuff that I kind of just bumped because of timing.
Yeah.
You try to keep it
Try
fresh.
to keep it relatively organized.
Try to keep it fresh.
Up to date.
With up to date, yes. And let's see if I can get through this without clicking off my screen like I usually do.
Yeah, right? We'll see how it works.
So this one was sent in from one of our viewers, this article, so I want to put this up. They're introducing or reintroducing beavers to London as part of a rewilding project. There's several projects. Is it blinking?
It is.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not blinking on stream. So I think it's a bug with the software.
Well, and we had like an update that happened. It's what happens when you don't start the computer for a month.
Well, you know.
So, beavers, bees, and bats are among the species set to benefit from new rewilding schemes in London. The projects will share hundreds of thousands of pounds to help bring back nature in the UK's capital city. Beavers are set to be reintroduced in West London as part of the efforts to restore London's lost ecosystems. A breeding pair of the rodents could be living in Paradise Fields, Ealing, as soon as this autumn as part of the project between local council and wildlife groups. It follows a landmark reintroduction scheme in Enfield last year, which brought beavers back to London for the first time in 400 years, which I think we talked about.
I think we have talked about beavers. Yeah.
I feel like we did, or at least I was going to. I remember bringing it up.
Possible.
So, the project will share in £850,000 of funding from the Rewild London Fund, which is funding a number of organizations to help boost biodiversity, restore habitat, and reintroduce species. Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, says we are now facing dual climate and ecological emergencies worldwide, which further threatens our ability to survive on our planet. Despite the harm inflicted on the natural world, we have the power to make amends, and I am committed to ensuring that London is the vanguard of efforts to reverse the trends of declining biodiversity and the destruction of nature. Rewilding allows nature to take the lead and is an exciting way to create healthier ecosystems and allow humans and wildlife to live together more harmoniously. A further £1 million has also been announced to encourage the development of more rewilding initiatives. I feel like, and this is just me, maybe bring in more than just 2 beavers.
Maybe. That's entirely possible.
I feel like if you want biodiversity, having 2 rodents come in and then populate and then repopulated from a very small genetic pool is kind of a bad idea.
Yeah. I was confused as to the word eeling. I thought that it was a thing that like the beaver is supposed to do. It's not a thing. It's a place.
Yeah. Sorry. No.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was a thing that beavers were doing.
Oh, no.
I was very confused, so I decided to look it up, and instead it's a place. I think it said it was west of London.
So if I could capture 2 beavers,
Yep.
2 bats,
Yep.
and then a beehive,
Yep.
I get 850,000.
850,000 pounds, which transfers, I think, into probably somewhere around $600,000.
I feel like that's a lot of money for only those 3 things. It feels like there should be more.
Well, yeah, there really should be more.
Yeah.
I feel like the requirements should be a little bit bigger.
Well, anyway, my next article is actually pretty cool. I have more pictures for this than I have for like almost anything we've done here. We did like a lot of pictures on a previous show.
Yeah.
And I'm super, super excited because I found this on Insider.
Okay.
There's a couple of articles from Insider. Actually, I get Insider articles a lot.
You do like Insider.
Yeah. They just come to me. But this retired couple spent 5 years and about $180,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but if they caught a couple beavers and released them or something.
It's possible.
Yeah. Converted this dilapidated semi-trailer into a monster mobile home.
Mm.
Yes. My head is like in the way of it, but that's okay. Clayton Balabanov, yes, and his wife, Teresa, wanted to hit the road when they retire, but they couldn't find a mobile home to buy that would fit their requirements. I'm assuming they like things, spacious.
It sounds like it.
It sounds like it. Clayton Balabanov was approaching retirement age and knew that he wanted to live out his dream of hitting the road. He envisioned spending his senior years with his wife, Teresa, cruising up and down the scenic highways of the U.S. and Canada. But first he needed to buy a mobile home. Balabanov said he couldn't find anything on the market that was a good fit. I was not happy with the manufacturer's units, he said. They just didn't seem like they would stand up to the year-round use, rather than just vacation use. So the couple decided to build their own. Their plans was to convert a used semi-truck into a spacious and sustainable home on wheels. There you see them there.
It's a big...
Yeah.
Semi-trucks are big.
Balabanov wanted to transform a semi-truck into a home that would be as comfortable as their house in Vancouver Island, Canada. But there was another key requirement. It needed to be sustainable. We need solar, recycling water, and things like that, which would leave a smaller carbon footprint, making up for the amount of fuel that the truck uses, he says. 5 years ago, Balabanov brought a real mess of a truck and started to work on it. He also bought a trailer on eBay. Let's go this way. There we go. He said he couldn't afford to buy a brand new truck, so I bought an older one and then spent the next year rebuilding it. He said the brakes and engine and all that sort of stuff. He also bought a used trailer on eBay, which was pretty much a blank canvas for his vision. It was empty, and I just decided to go at it, Balabanov said. I planned things out on a whiteboard and kept making changes as I built things changed as well. It took a great deal of time and effort to transform the semi-trailer into a livable space, not least because the couple did most of the work themselves. Balabanov spent hours working on the conversion nearly every day for 5 years. Most of it I did myself, he said, and he even sewed the curtains. Balabanov said that given it was a unique build, it would have been too much work to find someone who understood his vision. It would take longer to explain it than to actually do it.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, Teresa was responsible for procuring the materials, he said, which was particularly challenging during the COVID-19 pandemic. It also didn't come cheap. Balabanov estimates that it cost around $180,000.
That's a lot of money.
That truck is in bad shape.
Yeah, that's what it started out as.
I'm sorry.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, anyway, there's the inside. He said he doesn't have an exact number for how much it actually cost to build, as he has yet to do a calculation and go through his many boxes of receipts. But he gave a rough estimate, 250,000 Canadian dollars, and that's 181,126 dollars. Sorry, $181,126 in U.S. currency.
It's a lot.
The couple started making the truck homier by adding a seating area and a kitchenette. Let's see right here.
That is indeed.
That's not where I wanted to be. Oh yeah, I guess so.
Looks like it.
The kitchenette has a microwave oven and a fridge, while above the seating area is a loft bed. They then began working on the trailer, which involved building a space-saving spiral staircase. So there's one of the seats behind. I like the control module or whatever he's got on that arm.
So they just mounted the truck into the trailer, it looks like.
Well, no, this is the front part, but the truck has like a
oh, right. I forgot. Yeah, it's always got opened
yeah.
area.
So there's a staircase.
That is a staircase.
Yeah. The trailer has several rooms, including an office, kitchen, garage, living room, bedroom, library, and bathroom.
Garage.
It's pretty cool. I'm sorry, but like if you're gonna have a mobile home, have a garage.
What kind of car are they driving?
I know, right?
They already have a mobile home.
It also has a grand-looking spiral staircase which leads up to the second floor. It looks awesome, and it takes up less space than if I put a regular stairs in it, Balabanov said. The couple built a full kitchen because they're too old to survive on beans and toast, he joked. Here's the kitchen.
That is, yeah.
The modern kitchen has all standard domestic appliances, including induction stoves that run on solar power. It's a full kitchen, bigger than you find in most apartments, because we want to spend the rest of our lives in here and we want to be comfortable, he said. At 75, I'm not going to cram myself into a little tiny kitchen trying to make beans and toast, he added. Balbanov also built a movie theater inside the trailer. The couple uses Starlink to access streaming services. It's like a nice little couch there. The snug space has a 75-inch 4K TV and a surround system. You can see it in the background there. Starlink, the satellite internet service launched by Elon Musk's SpaceX, allows the couple to watch Netflix and Amazon Prime content even in the out of the way areas. It's so we can relax in the evening and have a nice movie for entertainment, said Balabanov. Teresa spends a lot of time reading in the library room. It's a pretty nice room. This is upstairs. And look at the ceiling, man. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's got carvings and whatnot on it.
Yeah, it's like decorative. The onboard reading room consists of a chair and a bookshelf near the top of the staircase, which Teresa has already made good use of. She read 42 books since they moved into their semi-trailer home in late September 2022. Teresa likes books. She decided that that's going to be her main entertainment. The semi-trailer also has a hot tub. There it is.
Sure.
In a sunken section of the bathroom sits a jetted tub.
Sure, why not?
For the tub, it made sense to buy one with jets. It's not that big a price difference, so we might as well put it in, he said. The couple have cooked for friends and hosted them in their dining room, which I kind of like, because these are like those movie theater chairs.
They do have movie theater chairs.
That like kind of pop down. Like, it's just kind of convenient. The dining room isn't particularly spacious, but it does the job, Balbanov said. We've had people over for tea. I think 3 people were just sitting there, and I normally just sit on the stairs, which is right next to the dining room table, so I'm in the conversation. Hosting people for dinner is a nice community thing and a great way to meet other nomads. But it's not all been plain sailing, with many things going wrong on their maiden voyage. The couple has experienced leaks in the roof, problems with the solar battery, and melting wires. In a YouTube video from late October, the couple documented how an upper radiator hose burst while they were in Nebraska. This is our maiden voyage where everything breaks, said Balbanov. So we'll change things that didn't work and enhance things that did and polish up. And then we're off to go across Canada. Balbanov said he maybe regrets spending so much time working on the truck, reflecting on the process said he maybe regrets spending so much time building it. That was 5 years out of my life that I could have just gone out and bought something smaller and less able, and then gone out and spent that 5 years on the road, he said. But on the other hand, I really enjoyed doing it. He would advise anyone thinking of doing the same to be less ambitious than he was. It's a pretty cool looking truck. His main advice to those hoping to transform a semi-truck into a home: start small and grow. He said he'd only advise those who are exceptionally skilled and in possession of a lot of equipment to build their own. It just takes a lot of time out of your life. But the couple says they are thrilled to be traveling the continent, in their nomad monster home. You can see like how it opens up.
Yeah, look at that.
They're entertaining people. Look at all the windows up at the top.
Yeah, is it covered with a cloth tarp on the outside?
I think that's just the way the metal is moving.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. They sold their family home and taxi business, meaning that they have long-term plans to stay in their home, their semi-truck home. They plan to make the most of their senior years living in it, driving across the U.S. and Canada while taking their motorcycles out for rides in scenic spots. So that's the garage.
So that's what the garage is for.
It's kind of like if you have like one of those little putt-putt things, you know?
Yeah, right?
You don't need to go over 45. You're just kind of driving around town.
You got a moped.
Yeah. You only live so long, he says. It's absolutely guaranteed you're going to die, so make the most out of living between now and then. And that's what they're doing. So, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I kind of wanted one since we did that. So we did that episode with the converted semis, remember?
Yeah.
And like all the movie stars have
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And they're multi, and they open out, and they go out, and they're super huge, and they're
Those are really
$2 million.
Really big trucks.
Yeah, I want to do that. I just want to buy one done.
$2 million.
Yeah. I mean, it's only $2 million.
Small loan.
It's a $2 million. I would
That's
just
Donald.
just pay cash. Maybe I can get some hush money.
Maybe.
Give a shout out to Lurks
And Commander Root.
and Commander Root. Thanks for joining us.
I'm back.
Thanks for joining us. So, oops. So my next article. I don't know why I'm having problems today.
It happens.
This one is just as cool to me as the truck.
Yeah?
I have this inner desire. It's important. So if I built like a semi-truck home, it's going to have one thing. I need one thing, and that's a secret passage or a hidden room or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to pull on a light fixture and have something open up where there's like a bat cave and
What are you
like
gonna
my
put in it?
Superman suit.
Your Superman suit?
Yeah.
That's where your super suit goes?
Yeah, that's where my super suit goes. I just,
Fair
it's
enough.
important. So I was super jealous when I came across this article also from Insider,
Yeah.
where this dude accidentally dug up an ancient water well, buried 17 feet underneath his kitchen,
Why was he 17 feet underneath his kitchen?
and then he shocked TikTok by making it part of his home.
I just want to know why what required him to be 17 feet underneath his kitchen.
Well, I think, well, you'll see. Okay. While a TikToker was renovating his centuries-old home in Cheshire, UK. Shouldn't it be Cheshire Villanatave or something like that?
Yeah.
Didn't we have like a long
Yeah,
name?
Cheshire Villanataville.
This is like the easiest
Yeah.
UK name I think I've ever had. Renovating his old home in Cheshire, UK, he inadvertently dug into a strange, gravelly mixture surrounded by a ring of bricks. And it turned out to be a 300-year-old water well that had been unknowingly buried under his kitchen floor the whole time he lived there.
Uh-huh.
Creator, @MortyLad, has been documenting the discovery and excavation plans as 421,000 followers on TikTok watch on. His videos have gone hugely viral, gaining millions of new viewers every time he posts. Recently, he's made the scary decision to incorporate the well into his new kitchen floor plan as a walk-on feature, which was both exciting and startled audiences.
So you're just gonna glass.
We're gonna go.
Really thick glass.
No. It gets.
You can look into the pit.
Yeah. Those who declined to disclose his Morty Ladd, sorry, who declined to disclose his name, told Insider this week that he is a 48-year-old retired plumber. It's like Mario.
Yeah, right? He found a Mario pipe.
This week, so he has a bit of experience with such unique and high-stakes renovation. He plans on fitting a circular pane of glass strong enough to walk on over the well with spotlights underneath so it can be viewed in all of its glory. The project is ongoing, but a video recapping the journey so far has accrued a staggering 32 million views since it was shared on Tuesday. This was, I think a week or so ago I got this one, maybe 2.
Okay.
So, Tuesday before this one, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Obviously, we won't be leaving a giant open hole in the middle of the kitchen. His daughter narrated in a recent TikTok video. It was a bit... It will be lit and covered with a special walk-on glass. The well is part of our home's history, and we want to preserve that. The creator said he was stunned by all the attention and has recruited his TikTok-savvy daughter to bring viewers alongside the undertaking. First night I had 7,000 views, and I joked by the morning I'll have 10,000, and then I'll be TikTok famous, he told Insider via DM. Noting he's conducted work on wells previously and is working on the project alone. Next morning we had 1 million, and I fell out of bed. Morty Ladd first shared the discovery of the well in mid-February when he was attempting to install underfloor heating in his kitchen. Welcome to Well Talk, he captioned his first video about the saga, which has 11.5 million views. In it, the creator wrote that his house had been built in the 1700s, with the structure later extended onto what had previously been a courtyard to accommodate a larger kitchen. Digging to the bottom of the well has been a spectacularly muddy and laborious project. First, it needed to be cleared of rubble and brick from a previous demolition, he said. Along the way, Morty unearthed several objects that had been buried for decades, included brandy bottles, which he later used as a flower vase, a chamber pot, which I wouldn't have touched.
I would not have touched.
And old window panes, which I would have probably broke.
Yeah.
At one point, the excavation took a scary turn when he came across a burbling liquid at the bottom of the well that he feared might be deadly gas.
Yikes.
However, the detector ultimately concluded that they were just harmless air bubbles. After days of digging with some sessions captured on TikTok live streams, Morty reported the well was 17 feet deep. A flow of clear, fresh water fills to a consistent 8 feet, he wrote on TikTok. Millions of viewers have been glued to the renovation process, with some cheering every step, but others were spooked by the idea of having a massive ancient hole in one's living space. Why the heck would you open up a well in your kitchen? On top of the fact that it's creepy, it's a safety hazard. A top comment on one of his recent videos read, responding to this comment in a separate TikTok, clarifying that it would be enclosed and used as a display.
This is someone with no imagination for fun.
See, I would fill it with water and then put fish down there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, or sharks.
Might be a little cramped.
Sharks. Maybe a dolphin.
Be like those circular things you see at the aquarium.
Yeah.
The circular aquariums.
Yeah. I mean, it's 17 feet deep.
It's 17 feet.
Still, the thought has sent shivers down many spines. Viewers had visions of the movie The Ring, which is about a girl who dies in a well. All fun and games until some girl in a white dress shows up, one commenter wrote. Another added, the way I would have ignored this, hoped it was nothing, and then continued renovations. As far as Morty is concerned, the virality is exciting, but the derailed renovations have taken a fancier turn than they would have if no one was watching, he said. On TikTok, he noted that because the surprise well renovation became so costly, he would have to handle the underfloor heating project himself.
Uh-huh.
It all got very expensive because of this coverage, he told Insider. That's all I know. So.
Oh, you know what happened.
So yeah, I would have definitely left the hole. I would have made it like a bunker. I would have covered it up with some kind of way where nobody would have.
It would have been your secret hole.
I would have walked in there, pulled up my remote.
It just raises up. Yeah, just giant vault door.
Yeah, that would have been me. Okay. So my next article is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You've heard of conjoined twins.
I have.
I don't like those stories because, they end usually sad. This one is a really, really good one.
Okay.
In Texas, some conjoined twins return home after successful separation surgery. Oh, I'm sorry, a conjoined twin returned home after a successful surgery from his sister. And this was on USA Today, and it was 6 days ago today.
Okay.
So it's relatively, real new. The Texas family is celebrating a homecoming after their 5-month-old daughter was discharged from a hospital this week following successful separation surgery from her conjoined twin sister. Jamie Lynn Finley was discharged from a Fort Worth, Texas hospital Tuesday, 2 months after undergoing successful separation surgery from her conjoined twin sister Amy Lynn, according to a press release from the Cook Children's Medical Center. While Jamie Lynn is heading home, Amy Lynn remains in the Children's Hospital NICU. The hospital reported continuing to recover from a recent surgery. In January, the sisters made history as the first conjoined twins to be surgically separated at the hospital. Officials there reported the girls were conjoined at the chest and shared a liver. Their 11-hour surgery involved a team of 25 medical professionals, including 6 surgeons. Jamie Lynn left the hospital in a car seat with her parents, Amanda and James Finley, and her 3 older siblings. We've been looking forward to this for a long time, the girl's doctor, Mary Frances Lynch, MD, a neonatologist
That's a lot.
at the hospital, said. Amy Lynn is continuing to recover from a recent surgery that improved her chest incision and created more space for her heart, diaphragm, and lungs. There were some moments that were scary, the girl's father said. The twins will be away from each other until Amy Lynn can head home, hopefully within a month or so. The hospital reported her sister has recovered so well since the separation surgery, she's currently bouncing and babbling to anyone who will listen. Hospital officials said she's going home with a gastronomy tube to help with her feeding and her continued growth. But doctors said, by all indications, she's on her way to being a healthy child. We're excited that we get to get her home, her father said. We'll have some good bonding time, but at the same time, Amy is still up there, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. We're happy Jamie is coming home, but they're not going to be together for a little bit. So that's the kind of sad thing, but the good news is they separated them both, and they both survived.
Yeah.
Yes. So, how much time we got? Oh, we got plenty of time.
No, perfectly fine.
My next article is just going to be super important because everybody on this channel that likes watching us made a huge deal about turtles.
Turtles are important.
And so I keep my eyes open for any turtle story I can find.
Yeah.
This one is a great one. This 90-year-old 90-year-old tortoise is becoming a father for the first time.
Okay. I think
with triplets.
I think in turtle years, that's probably. I think that's about like the equivalent of being in your mid-50s.
It's still pretty old.
Still pretty old.
You're like, let's go ahead and have a kid now. I got the house paid off.
Yeah, right?
Mr. Pickles, a 90-year-old radiated tortoise and the oldest animal at the Houston Zoo, became a father for the first time last week. Mr. Pickles and his 53-year-old partner, Mrs. Pickles, welcomed 3 hatchlings that could live up to 150 years if well taken care of. Native to southern Madagascar, radiated tortoises are critically endangered and rarely produce offspring. Houston Zoo officials said the new hatchlings came as a surprise when herpetology keeper happened upon Mrs. Pickles as the tortoise was laying her eggs at closing time. The Houston Zoo blog reported. The animal care team quickly went to work uncovering the eggs and getting them to the safety of the reptile and amphibian house, The soil in Houston isn't hospitable to the Madagascar native tortoises, and it's unlikely the eggs would have hatched on their own if the keeper hadn't been in the right place at the right time.
Fair enough.
Arriving in 1996, Mrs. Pickles has lived at the Houston Zoo alongside Mr. Pickles ever since the kids had been named Dill, Gherkin, and Jalapeno.
Fair. That's what I would have done. Yeah.
I think I combined that. Let's try this again. Arriving in 1996, Mrs. Pickles has lived at the Houston Zoo alongside Mr. Pickles ever since. Period. The kids have been named Dill, Gherkin, and Jalapeno. I can't tell you which one's which in this picture.
Couldn't tell you. No idea.
The new parents have been key to the Association of Zoo and Aquarium Species survival plan for this exquisite reptile that has unfortunately fallen afoul of the illegal animal trade. In 2018, 10,000 radiated tortoises were found in a private home in Teleria, Madagascar. Rescuers transported them to Le Village it's basically Turtle Village, a private wildlife rehabilitation facility in Ifiti, 18 miles north of Toliara.
What I think is great is that imagine being the people be like, yep, this is a abandoned house. We think there might be tortoises there. You go there and there's just everywhere there's tortoises.
It's like, what?
First off,
you're hoarding them.
Yes. Well, yeah. First off, you're hoarding them. Secondly, how did you get 10,000 of them in one place?
I guess they don't run.
But it's hard to keep track of 10,000 tortoises.
Yeah. Maybe they started procreating or something.
I don't know. I think instead of jalapeno, I probably would have named one Vlasic.
The good news is they were like super critically endangered, and now they found 10,000.
Yeah, now they just have 10,000.
They're gonna survive. They're gonna survive. They're not endangered. The people are just hoarding them.
Yeah, they're not endangered. They're all just they were just holed up in some hotel in Madagascar.
Okay, so this next one is super cute. This newborn calf was born with a smiley face. That's not photoshopped. Marking its name Happy. And it's going to graze on a farm for the rest of his life.
So, hear me out.
I'm listening.
You've seen The Punisher.
Yes.
You know what that is? That's his long-lost brother. The supporter.
The supporter.
The supporter.
The supporter. So, Happy...
Why does it have a smiley face on the side?
Happy the cow was never destined for greatness, born as he was a bull on a dairy farm. No bueno.
No bueno. It's not a good way to go.
Yet, despite his inability to produce milk, Happy had other valuable skills that began working the minute he dropped onto the grass of Barry Coster's dairy, making people smile. The Holstein calf was born with a smiley face on one side of his body, a result of the naturally random black and white markings typical of their breed. We've seen some number 7s or love hearts on the head and a few strange markings, but we've never seen anything that resembles a smiley face before, Mrs. Megan Coster told ABC Australia. Upon finding Happy, Brian snapped a picture and sent it to Megan, who even suspected he was a victim of graffiti. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I actually zoomed in at first to make sure that none of our workers had added some extra lines or anything, she added. Happy is what is known in the Australian dairy industry as a bobby calf, meaning one that is surplus to requirements for replacing the existing stock. Rather than joining the mating bull herd, Happy's unique markings have landed him a role on the farm in perpetuity. Mr. Coster said many of his workers were keen to have him around as a kind of mascot. He makes people smile. He's one heck of a natural lawnmower. He's just walking around.
Imagine if you will, it's the middle of the night. You're walking around the farm with your flashlight. You look up and you shine your flashlight at your friend, and there's a smiley face. What? I'm not gonna lie, a lot of poo would come out.
You're just trying to get it. So, Okay, we're good. We're trucking along really good. I might actually get through my articles today. So this article is kind of neat.
Okay.
If you're into, did you ever see the $6 Million Man, the Bionic Woman?
No. I know what you're talking about. I've never seen them.
We can rebuild him.
I've seen Weird Science.
Weird Science, yeah. Not the same.
Well, I mean, they genetically made someone, which is, well, altered someone. Oh, they made someone.
No, they made it, but like it was.
Well, regardless.
You're talking about the TV show or the movie?
The movie.
Okay.
The premise is relatively the same, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, Vanessa Angel was the star in the TV show, which was the same thing. But so this one, $6 Million Man, he's like in an accident. He loses his arm and both of his legs, and they give him artificial arms.
Oh, okay.
And he can run faster and lift things and kick over cars and like jump up 3 stories and stuff like that.
That sounds dope. I should watch that.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Not to get too sidetracked, but
You have this keyed up.
$6 Million Man. So basically, he runs in slow motion. I can't show this.
I said I know you 100% can't show this.
So they kidnap this girl,
Okay.
and he runs.
He looks like he's like just some dude in his mid-40s.
Yeah, Lee Majors. So he's running down the block.
They really slowed it down.
Yeah, they have to do that. So there's a thing. I don't think Bionics can do that, but so he lands on the car. She kicks out the thing. She's also bionic. And then here's the best part. Ooh.
And then he just tosses the car over. It's a shame we can't show this, because this looks hilarious.
I know it is. This is the made-for-TV movie. So anyway, what an arm. What an arm. Okay, so...
Okay, getting back on track.
Not exactly like that, but new brain implant devices could restore function in paralyzed limbs.
No, all we need is a cure for blindness.
Yeah, I feel like if you could do an implant that can restore functions, it's not too far down the way to have implants that, like, for people who have a missing limb altogether, which is what happened.
It just connects to the nerves.
Yeah.
And you're all good.
And then you can throw cars.
Yeah, they can throw cars.
Yeah. It's not really much of a picture here, but brain implant that can restore arm and leg movement have been developed by British scientists to boost connections between neurons and the paralyzed limbs, offering hope to accident victims. The devices combine flexible electronics and human stem cells, the body's reprogrammable master cells, to better integrate with the nerve and drive limb function. Previous attempts at using neural implants to restore limb functions have mostly failed, as scar tissue tends to form around the electrodes over time, impeding the connection between the device and the nerve. By sandwiching a layer of the muscle cells reprogrammed from stem cells between the electrodes and the living tissue in rats, the researchers found that the device integrated with the host body and the formation of scar tissue was prevented. The cells survived on electrode for the duration of the 28-day experiment, the first time this has been monitored over such a long period. The researchers say that by combining 2 advanced therapies for nerve regeneration, cell therapy, and bioelectronics into a single device, they can overcome the shortcomings of both approaches, improving functionality and sensitivity. This was a high-risk endeavor, and I'm so pleased that it worked, said Professor George Miliaris from Cambridge Department of Engineering, who co-led the research. It's one of those things you don't know whether it will take 2 years or 10 before it works, and it ended up happening very efficiently. This interface could revolutionize the way we interact with technology, said co-founder author Amy Rockford, who worked on the professor's team. By combining living human cells with bioelectronics materials, we've created a system that communicates with the brain in a more natural and intuitive way, opening up new possibilities for prosthetics. brain-machine interfaces, and even enhanced cognitive abilities. I kind of want heads-up display
Yeah.
and maybe night vision.
Anything else on that list?
I
X-ray vision, maybe?
Okay, so when I was growing up, I thought, wouldn't it be cool? Like, okay, you can like sit here and be totally fine, not out of breath, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you might be able to get away with like just one lung.
Possibly.
And if they could take out the other lung and maybe put in like an oxygen tank that would naturally fill itself, so then I could just walk around all fine. But in the need to like run really fast or like hold your breath indefinitely, you can like kick over to your backup oxygen supply.
Walking along the bottom of the ocean.
So imagine you're like 90, you're this 90-year-old tortoise, and you're celebrating your birthday. You got a lot of candles to blow out. You're just like, you know?
Sounds like a pot boiling over. I hate to tell you.
Right. Extensive research and testing will be needed before it can be used in humans. The device is promising development for amputees or those who've lost function in limbs. The results were reported this month in the Journal of Science Advances. A huge challenge when attempting to reverse such injuries is the inability of neurons to regenerate and rebuild disrupted neural circuits. So this will work like any place where you have disconnect. I imagine like people who may be blind, if you could reconnect those, that might like, you know, or people, same with like people who end up getting a cochlear implant because there's a disconnect and they bypass it, but like, what if you could bypass it and actually still hear out of your ear, you know?
That'd be cool.
So if someone has an arm or leg amputated, for example, all the signals in the nervous system are still there, even though the physical limb is gone, says Dr. Damiano Barone from Cambridge Department of Clinical Neurosciences, who co-led the research. The challenge with integrating artificial limbs or restoring function to arm or legs is extracting the information from the nerve and getting it to the limb so that function is restored. One way of addressing this problem is implanting a nerve in the large muscle of the shoulder and attaching electrodes to it. The problem with this approach is scar tissue forms around the electrode, plus it's only possible to extract surface-level information from the electrode. To get better resolution, any implant for restoring function would need to extract more information from the electrode and to improve sensitivity. The researchers wanted to design something that could work on a scale, a single nerve fiber or axon. An axon itself has a tiny voltage, said Barone, but once it's connected with a muscle cell, it has a much higher voltage. The signal from the muscle is easier to extract. That's where you can increase the sensitivity of the implant. I just think it'd be kind of cool, like you walk up, you've got your bionic arm, and like you knock, they're like, come in, and you just reach down, like accidentally rip the door off its hinges, and you're like, whoops.
Like,
RoboCop.
I'll write you a check.
You pull out your hand, your fingers all separate, and like the key comes out, and you can like just start your car.
Yeah, it's like it just wires.
Yeah, your arm starts vibrating, and you're like, hello?
Just actually doing this. I can't talk right now. I'm driving.
Okay.
I think you are nuts.
Yeah.
100% off your rocker.
Yeah. Okay, I lost my spot, but... So the cell layer also improved the function of the device by improving resolution, allowing long-term monitoring inside a living organism. The cell survived through the 28-day experiment. The first time that the cells have shown to survive an extended experiment of this kind. The researchers say that their approach has multiple advantages over other attempts to restore function in amputees. In addition to its easier integration and long-term stability, the device is small enough that its implantation would only require keyhole surgery. Other neural interfacing technologies for the restoration of function in amputee require complex patient-specific interpretations of cortical activity to be associated with muscle movement, while the Cambridge-developed device is a highly scalable solution since it uses off-the-shelf cells supplied by the university's Cotter Lab,
Shelf.
which are owned by synthetic biology company BitBio.
This is officer. Yeah, we went into Walgreens down the street there, and we grabbed it off the shelf.
I just feel like it's like a step in like. Eventually, you won't have a phone. You'll just have a contact lens or something that will just be like, you'll get your calls, you'll send your text messages.
Well, have you seen those? There's these bracelets that I read about a year or two ago, and it pairs to your phone. It goes right here, and it has a projector. And what you do is you just do that, and it projects your phone screen onto your arm, and you can tap your arm.
Yeah.
Do that, and it has a microphone and a speaker built into it, so you can talk to people.
Yeah, I saw the Pico projector.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little teeny tiny thing. It's just kind of cool just seeing how technology is. In this case, I mean, I'm thinking like, I walk up and my car automatically responds to me because it recognizes me as a user.
Yeah.
You're in Target, you're checking out. They've got the self-driving Tesla cars now that you can push your button on your phone and it'll come and get you at the front of the store.
Yep.
But as I'm checking out, I mean, with implant like that, you could just, boom, the car's on its way before you even get out the door.
Yeah, car's on its way, walk outside, door opens for you.
Yeah, you get in, you get out, ba-boom.
Accidentally get into the passenger seat,
right.
Doesn't matter, car drives off anyway.
Right. Did I leave my iPad at home? No, because it's in your head.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's
I'm sorry,
cool.
my iPad is actually my forearm.
Yeah. So the only bad thing about
you can get one of those implants on your stomach and you can become like a Teletubby.
the Care Bears.
Yeah. But the only issue is you have to walk around going like, you'd have to eat a tubby custard all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna sing the Care Bear song, but that would definitely.
That is 100% copyright.
Gonna get busted there. Are we? I guess I lost track of.
We got time for at least one more.
I got
for sure.
Lost track of. Okay, no new viewers. Just making sure I'm not missing anything.
No, we're doing all right.
So the bad thing about the implants is I don't like needles. I don't like being cut into. I don't like surgeries. I don't want my wisdom teeth removed.
I gotta have wisdom teeth.
When you go in there and they're like, I was attacked. I was attacked by the last lady that.
Where are you now?
Gave me my. Oh, so I got the, an inoculation or whatever. You have to go back for your boosters and all that stuff.
Okay.
The one guy comes up, right, and he goes, boom, boom.
And that's it.
Boom. This lady, she says, you might feel a pinch.
You might feel a pinch.
I was expecting it. So my arm is up here. She takes first of all, she's holding it like this.
Like this. Which
Not
is
like this.
Bad sign right out that when she's like, all right, you might feel a pinch.
Not like this. Like this. Okay? And her thumb is back here, and she goes like this.
Okay, wait.
She's lining it up.
So where do you have to get these injections?
Right here.
Right here? Oh, the way you're holding it, I'm like, why are they injecting you?
Well,
right
no,
in your
this is
vein?
my shoulder. This is my shoulder.
Oh, okay.
So it's on your shoulder right here.
So on your
she's going like this. She's going like this. And I'm like,
she's
what
like
is going
winding
on?
up for.
And then she goes, boom. I mean, it happened in a split second. Just boom. It hit me so hard, like I jumped. I was like, ah!
Just right in there. Just what are you
she
doing?
broke the needle off in me or something. And so she goes, that might be sore for a couple of days. And I'm like,
oh yeah, really? Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, and it was I got attacked it's like a snake bite.
Yeah.
Just boom. Wasn't expecting it.
This red flag. The fact she's like, all right,
whoa,
any day now.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
I'll do it myself.
Be like, look, just mark it with an X. I'll handle this. Okay,
Right.
I don't need you going. Here comes the airplane.
Right. Choo choo. Okay, I hate needles anyway.
Yeah, do you now?
So this gave me PTSD for sure. And then I found this article, which I'm looking forward to.
Are you?
The future vaccines
Okay.
could be delivered by a gentle puff of air.
So it just put on a mask. All right, you're cured.
Have you seen like the Star Trek thing where they just have the little thing and they just go?
I've never seen Star Trek, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness, what's wrong with you? Nobody likes needles. Well, okay, it's good news.
So I think I'm a neutral party. I don't like them, but I don't dislike them. I understand that they have a purpose.
Oh, sure. I've been stuck with enough needles, but I'm not excited about it either.
It's not something I'm dreading.
Yeah, I've never passed out with it or anything like that. I just would rather you keep your needles to yourself.
We would do, you got fast flowing blood when you go to because you know, like, you go to a blood drive.
Okay, you got the fast flowing blood. You got me.
So you know when you go to a blood drive, sometimes it takes varying amounts of time for people.
Right.
So and I learned that the reason is I had to do a blood drive in I think my junior year of high school, and I signed up for this blood drive, did it, and I was asking the lady because there was a girl there who had been there for about 25 minutes and she wasn't done.
Whoa.
So I was asking the lady because I was worried this girl's gonna die.
Yeah.
And she explained that apparently different people's blood flows faster and it'll circulate faster throughout the body.
Like
and
pressure.
It's entirely dependent on how fast your heart beats normally, how much you're breathing. And I learned I've got a bullet train of blood circulation.
You're like all like
gotta go. It took.
And she's just in there
minutes.
like sleeping. You're in there like you're high anxiety.
Yeah. I was there with Austin, and Austin and I we both learned had fast flowing blood. So we're just sitting there. I'm like, I bet you I'm gonna finish before you. And he goes, in your dreams, I'm gonna smoke you.
Yeah, you're racing to see who could spray the most blood.
Yeah, exactly. And then the girl to the right of me passes out, which wasn't a good start.
That was the girl that was there forever?
No. This was a friend of mine who had decided to do it with me, but. I think the main reason why she passed out is she doesn't like needles in the first place.
Yeah, don't go there.
And at the time she was also maybe 4'10".
Well, I think that like this isn't going to help you if you're giving blood, but it's just getting stuff into your body.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think how to segue back into it. I can't come up with anything.
So this is good. This is good because. It's as you said, with needles, people dread needles. But if you can just go to the doctor, they're like, all right, breathe out, okay, breathe in, all right, you're good.
Well, it's not like that. So you need needles, I guess, to deliver many vaccines and biologics, I guess, into the body. But they could be puffed through the skin instead with just a little pressure, like being hit in the arm with a foam toy. Not like when we were playing foam toys.
Yeah, not like when we play with foam toys
like
and we're
Alex
trying to break
with his dad.
Yeah. Boom! Right in the head.
Today, scientists report steps toward making that a reality using powered vaccines that don't require refrigeration and the system driven by compressed gas. Their MOF or MOFjet could easily deliver therapeutics against cancer and other diseases in a painless and less fear-inducing way. The idea for the project was formed out of the pandemic-induced boredom. The project's principal investigator, Jeremiah Gassensmith, PhD.
There's no way!
I know, right?
Dude develops how to deliver vaccines through gas set of needles. His last name is Gassensmith.
Gassensmith. Yeah. Jeremiah Gassensmith ordered inexpensive pieces of compressed gas-powered jet injection systems to mess around with while stuck at home. Later, after everyone was back on campus, he handed the pieces over to Yalani Waijesuanja.
Well, you just summoned a demon, bro.
Yeah. Yalani, a graduate student in the lab, with the instructions, see what you can do with this. Despite looking and sounding like something out of science fiction, the jet injectors were used in the military back in the 1960s, but were discontinued due to them accidentally being more painful, and often blowing the liquid vaccine back into the face of the administrator. They just like, right?
Yeah, right?
Medical media in Yalani's invention is called a MOF, or Metal Organic Framework. Essentially, tiny mini cages that can contain a vaccine powder until it's safely inside a cell. They are normally made of gold or tungsten and are extremely expensive. Alania and her team instead found a way to use zeolite. Yolani, sorry. And we can also store vaccine formulations within it as powders at room temperature, which eliminates the need for the extremely cold temperatures many liquid vaccines require, said Yolani. According to Gassensmith, the blast from the injector just feels like you just got hit with a Nerf bullet, and the team found it worked on both mice and onions. By tinkering with the mop jet, Yolani soon realized that cargo release could be tuned by simply changing the injector's carrier gas. If you shoot it with carbon dioxide, it will release its cargo fast within cells. If you use regular air, it will take 4 or 5 days, she explains. Once we realized that, it opened up a lot of possibilities, added Gassensmith. The researchers will present their research at the spring meeting at the American Chemical Society, ACS. So that's happening
Isn't that happening pretty much now?
yeah, it's coming up like their spring meeting. So anytime in the next couple of months, it'll be kind of cool.
So
Just you get.
how do you? First off, he's bored during COVID.
Weren't we all?
But he
We built a studio
Yeah, and he ordered a bunch of gas-powered injection units.
from the military.
Yeah,
Why didn't we do that?
we could have tested them on the studio.
Rocket assisted cars.
I would have fashioned an ejector seat for
We
my
should
chair.
have made a drone big enough to park your car on top of it and just fly to the store.
Now, hold on, don't give Bezos any more ideas.
So let's just do one more real
One
quick.
more, all right.
Let's see. Let's do this one because we haven't done a money one yet, have we?
I do like money. Well, all we've talked about is how much things cost. We haven't seen anyone gaining money.
Okay, yeah. So let's do this one. This one's money. So this amateur gold digger finds a huge nugget worth about $160,000. Now, I would be much happier than that guy looks.
It's probably heavy.
Yeah, I would definitely be happier. It's $160,000.
$160,000.
An Australian gold digger turned up a stone weighing about 10 pounds, more than half of which is gold, and one of the largest finds in recent times.
That's a lot of gold.
It's the kind of photo that one would expect to see from the 1850s in black and white, with a man wearing breeches, a wide-brimmed hat, and a bandana around his neck.
He would also 100%
Yep.
have a beard.
And missing teeth.
Yes.
Even though it's 2023, experienced prospector Darren Kemp says he's never seen a rock like it before in his life. When it hit my hand, my jaw dropped with it, Kemp told CNN on Tuesday. It was just incredible, a once-in-a-lifetime find. And this was last Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
Camp runs Lucky Strike Gold, which runs recreational prospecting trips into gold-containing regions of Australia known collectively as the Golden Triangle, a profession he's been engaged in for 43 years. Oops, just realized I did that wrong. The finder took the rock to Camp's shop, believing there might be a few dozen grams of gold inside. It was very dirty, but after they split it open, Camp described the gold just oozing out of it. The media called the finder an amateur, but equipped with a Minelab Equinox 800 detector with a price tag of about $800. He probably had more than just beginner's luck on his side.
So wait, the media's like, look, he's an amateur, doesn't really know what he's doing. After this dude's been in, did it say he's been in this for 43 years?
Yeah.
And he's an amateur?
I think it's his shop.
Oh, okay, okay. So the
Yeah.
finder's an amateur, but he had expensive equipment.
This was like an $800 piece of equipment, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The largest gold specimen Camp ever found was 24 ounce piece, which would now be worth around $46,753.
So he got outdone by an amateur.
Yep.
Fair enough. I mean, hey,
Yep.
that fully pays back the $800 he spent on his gold funding equipment.
I know people are like all worried about going to Australia because of large spiders.
No, I want to go to Australia to see a large spider just to see, can I hit it with a spear?
I'm just saying that if you've ever played a video game and you're down in the tunnels and you're looking for gold, they're guarded by large spiders.
That's actually how it is in Minecraft too. If
Yeah.
you're in a mine shaft
Mhm.
looking around for stuff, there are spiders everywhere.
Right. So, I mean, this is like a neat find,
Yeah,
but you got to tell me that there's tons of gold there.
there's gotta be
They're being protected by
large spiders.
large spiders. Large spiders. So anyway, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Next week, I feel like something going on next week. I feel like we should be back next Thursday.
I think we should. I can't. I
Yeah.
don't have anything
I feel like
that
we
I
should
can
be
think of.
here next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep.
We thank you all for watching, and we hope you have a good night.
Peace out.